Welcome back, guys. Episode 8 of the Pipis Brothers podcast. As always, joined by my brother.
Hello, everyone.
So we've already had a bit of a mishap. This is take 2 of this vlog podcast.
We recorded the whole podcast, not the vlog. We recorded the whole podcast once already.
Yeah.
And
it was so good, we wanted to do it again. That is the answer.
That's true. You've lost the damn file, so we have to do it again. But it doesn't matter, because
oh well.
You get to hear it again. Well, you don't. You only get to hear it once, really, because
So
we get to hear it again. So the topic of discussion today is fitness trackers, calorie trackers, whatever you want to call them. Things like Apple Watches, Fitbits, whatever other ones are out there. And we'll give you our views, whether you need one, when you're dieting, when you're trying to lose weight. But what I want to find out is whether Mike had one when he started out. So, Mike, tell us about your weight loss experience and using an activity tracker.
So I got my Apple Watch 2 years ago, which was in around April, March 2018. And that was before I even considered dieting or anything like that, because I used it because it was fancy. I was able to get it through work on like a monthly scheme through Vitality. Okay. So the more exercise I did, the more money off I got. So it's this insurance program. So that I didn't get it after I started dieting, and I thought, right, okay, this is going to motivate me, or this, that, and the other. No, I got it just for tech reasons. And then I decided to go on a diet, and I utilised it as much as I possibly could. And the way I was using it was basically, I set myself a target of each day, because with the Apple Watches, as you know, you can set a daily calorie burnt limit or calorie goal. I set it to 700, I remember, in the beginning, and I wanted to reach 700 calories burnt every day. So when I was exercising and I was counting how many calories I burnt in the gym when I was doing cardio, I made sure that I stopped exercising when I hit my daily goal for the exercise session, which was usually 500 calories, because I would have burnt 200 calories during the day from like walking around and stuff. So that's what I used it for in the beginning.
Do you think you would have been able to keep going with exercise and your weight loss if you hadn't had the Apple Watch or any fitness tracker relevant to it?
I think it definitely helps in the beginning just to keep you motivated and focused on what you need to do. Because one way to think of it is, if you do 20 minutes on the bike, let's forget the minutes. If you say, I'm going to set myself a target of burning 500 calories when I go to the gym, and you do this continuously, the same routine. So if it's 18 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes on the bike for you to burn that 500 calories, then you know if you do 20 minutes on this intensity on the bike, you'll burn X amount. Take it with a pinch of salt, because if you do that for over 6 months, your fitness is obviously going to get better, and you will require less effort in your session to do that 22 minutes interval, for example, to burn that 500 calories. So you wouldn't end up burning 500 calories. But for the sake of the point is, at least you're able to get yourself in a routine. So you know, right, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to burn 500 calories, and what's that going to be? That's going to be 10 minutes on the bike, 10 minutes on the treadmill, and then that's it, I'm good to go. I've done my cardio, I've burnt my 500 calories, I know what it is to burn that amount. Because there's a big misconception, I think, especially when you're growing up in school, for me anyway, that's when I realised how wrong I was in terms of exercise, how much we think we burn during an exercise session.
Well, you overestimated or you underestimated?
I always thought it was overestimated. So, I'll go on a 10-minute, 15-minute run, and I would have burned 600 calories. Well, no,
whoa, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise...
If you're running at the speed of light, maybe.
That is my usual jogging speed.
That's the usual,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why, maybe. But yeah, it's a good way to educate yourself again in terms of how much effort is required to burn calories.
X amount of calories, yeah.
Yeah, and that also sort of fits hand in hand with your diet, because you know, you do your 500 calorie burning session and you're sweating, you're drenched, and you're absolutely tired, you're knackered, and then you're like, oh, should I go treat myself? You know, it goes back to what I was saying before. Should I treat myself because I, burned 500 calories? straight off the bat after an hour after you come home from the gym and you're tired. And you're like, well, is it really worth me eating the calories that I've just burnt? Because you have actually burnt them. You know you've actually burnt it for a fact. Well, a fact, because we'll discuss later the statistical variance of each tracker in accuracy. I mean, so you're like, it sort of makes you go into a mind frame of, is it worth doing this? In terms of your dietary input. Because at the end of the day, like I said in the video previously, weight loss is calories in and calories out. If you create a deficit, that's how you're going to end up burning your fat cells. So yeah, that's pretty much how I use the fitness tracker. But that was a while ago. Well, that's 2 years ago now. In terms of you, because you're currently in that situation, and the feedback from your feedback for the viewers will be more valid because you're currently going through it now, and you can share your active thoughts. Obviously, you have one. Tell us if you're using it, reasons for using it, and reasons why you wouldn't or someone wouldn't.
Yeah, well, I've had mine before I started dieting, and the reasons I bought it was similar to you. It was tech reasons, not fitness and weight loss reasons. Is it helping me out daily? To a certain extent, yes, because what it's doing is, for example, at the beginning of the day, it will give you a reminder on how the previous day was, and if it was a good day, it kind of encourages you to have another good day. If it was a bad day, it will try to encourage you to do better than before, so there's some progress. And the kind of person I am is, I lack the motivation or discipline to be exercising every day. So I feel like I need somebody to kind of push me and give me a reminder or a nudge in the right direction to go and exercise.
Quick question. Does the watch actually motivate you? Do you feel motivated because the watch is telling you to do something?
When I'm on a streak, yes. If I had a few days where I'm closing all the circles or whatever, or I'm working towards one of the monthly challenges that it gives you, and I'm getting close, or I know it's achievable, I don't want to miss out, because you get like the badge at the end and stuff like that.
I think the insight from a viewer's point of view is, how do you get yourself into that streak? Because I know that's what most people struggle with, is getting themselves into the routine of exercising. Right. So how do you, during lockdown, get yourself into a streak of exercising? How have you managed to do it?
So we go on dog walks almost daily. We used to do it every day, but I think recently we're kind of taking some breaks here and there, laziness or whatever. In terms of kind of weight training, I'm doing some resistance band training, and when the weather has been amazing, even here in Aberdeen, it was really easy to go outside and do some exercises outside. So that was easy enough to do. It didn't feel like a massive chore, but honestly, at the beginning, I think you kind of have to force yourself. If you're not the kind of person that does it, I think there has to be some sort of like discipline involved, rather than trying to get the motivation all the time, because the motivation does kind of fade out. Having set targets, like I remember when we had a chat, you told me try to exercise 3 or 4 times a week at least, and see if you can do more. So I was like, okay, I'll try to do at least 3. And it's quite easy when you've done the first one, because you're like, okay, it's only 2 more. You do the second one, and then it's easy enough to motivate yourself to do an extra one. If you don't have that target, for me anyway, I'm like, well, I didn't have a target, so I'm not really breaking anything. It's not like I came short of meeting a deadline or anything like that, because there was no deadline, there was no target. So it's easier for me to justify to myself why I shouldn't do it. But yeah, once you do enough, then the watch keeps telling you you're doing a good job. And I know it's not the person telling you you're doing a good job, but you do get certain rewards at the end of the week or at the end of a month. And that gamification, where you do something and you get a reward at the end of it, which is nothing more than just like a badge.
You need to sort of not trick yourself, but just accept the fact that it's going to be some sort of artificial reward. And I don't know how to phrase it properly. You said it. It's not a person saying well done or congratulations or whatever. And because it's an AI bit of kit saying congratulations, it doesn't really have that much.
It doesn't. You don't
behind
value it. Yeah, you don't value it as
That's
much.
it.
As
There's no
person.
value. So if you can somehow find a way of finding value on that specific bit, or finding value at least in a partner, a parent, a friend saying well done because you've done that exercise or that streak, whatever it's going to be, I think that's the take home message that we're saying here. And if a fitness tracker is able to induce the fact that you're able to go on a streak or get yourself into a habit, then I think it's definitely worth its money in gold.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's all it's really doing. It's perhaps to a certain degree, if you weren't mindful about like what exercise you were doing, or if you thought you weren't doing exercise and you simply went out for a walk, not thinking you were exercising, and you look down and you're like, oh, I've burned 200-300 calories because I've been walking for an hour, then also that's kind of like some sort of positive reinforcement. It makes you feel better, less likely to want to go and eat something bad because you feel like you've had a crap day, because you haven't had a bad day. The watch just told you, hey man, you just burned 300 calories on that walk. So that is pretty good as well. It's extra motivation.
Can we just touch briefly? Sorry, because I know we're keeping in the 15-minute time frame. Can you touch briefly on the accuracy of the watches from the research you just did?
So from what I found out, the Apple Watch is the most accurate wearable tech out there, at least as far as we know for now. Obviously, that might change in the future. With a 92 or 93% accuracy of measuring your heart rate. And most other watches like Fitbits and stuff like that are about 80 something, 84, so mid 80s, with the Apple Watch being low to mid 90s. What this means to you and I? Not much really, because the other ones are still pretty good. You're still gonna get all the benefits that we talked about in terms of like knowing how much exercise you've done, and perhaps the gamification side of things as well. But you might notice that you're burning either fewer or more calories using an Apple Watch, which is probably true, more correct to reality.
At the end of the day, if you're the sort of person that can motivate yourself to do exercise 3-4 times a week, continue that streak for months and months and months, there's absolutely no point getting a fitness tracker, because you're already doing it. As long as you're putting the effort in and not saying, oh look, I did 3 times a week exercise and I was out for 2 minutes. Ideal. No. Yeah. You go out, do proper exercise, make sure you're putting the effort in there, and there's no need. If you're someone that struggles with a bit of motivation to exercise continuously in a week, a month, whatever it is, then this might be an extra little kick that would help you out. By no means, if you get the most expensive Apple Watch, whatever watch it is, will it motivate you, because
you'll not have better results by getting the most expensive thing.
No, and a switch won't go off in your head as soon as you put it around your wrist to say, oh yes, now I'm motivated. No, that's not what we're saying. You need to put the effort in,
Yeah.
We know that it's artificial, is it
encouragement?
Encouragement, yeah, that's a better word, thank you. You always help me.
No. Well.
Encouragement, so you need to actually put the effort in there. By strapping a piece of metal around your wrist, you're not going to be motivated to burn extra calories.
Yeah.
You need to put the effort in there, you need to understand what you're doing, and you need to find ways to motivate yourself if you're lacking that motivation. I think that's a pretty good way of wrapping up the episode. That was we answered, I think, the topic, gave you pros and cons to both sides of the argument, so yeah, you're welcome.
It's up to you now, it's your money, we're not sponsoring it, so go buy whatever the hell you want to buy. And if you don't want to buy anything,
if you're watching this video, we're more than happy to take some money and promote Apple Watches.
If you want to send us new Apple Watches,
iPads.
New Macs, we'll take whatever you want to send our way. So,
just not the AirPods or these, because they can't fit in my ear. I budge them in like 10 times per episode. It's ridiculous. I'm wearing the same set of headphones for the first time in a back-to-back episode.
That's pretty amazing.
Do we stop the fund?
Well, considering it's still at 0 because it hasn't been set up yet, I think we can.
That is exactly why I was wondering, how come you guys are not investing in this?
Yeah.
I thought we had a thing. I told you
there's
so.
this I think possibly thousands of people wanting to help you out, Mike. I just haven't.
Millions.
I haven't set it up. Probably millions. I just haven't set it up. So
We do
that's why
apologise
it's still
for
zero.
Evan's lack of work to get your money into our pockets. So
Yeah.
this is something we will look into in the next episode. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one.
Catch you later, alligator.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Catch you later.